I learned a new word today, boys.
Oh, hello to you.
You ready for it?
Yeah.
Conspectus.
Oh.
What do you think
Now,
of that?
is that a real word, or what do they call it? A portmanteau, where you combine
No, no,
prospectus and
no.
oh,
It's a real.
Constantinople.
It's a real word. It was from a lawyer trying to be fancy, as you might expect. So it's just a summary or an overview,
oh,
but you give a conspectus.
I'll use that. I'll use that in class.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck those students right
All
up
right.
with that.
And never explain what it
No,
is.
and look baffled if anyone asks you.
Or just get a student to do it. All right, well, we just finished that. Do you want to just give a conspectus on what we've just talked about? And then
Okay, well, I've left people waiting long enough. I'm going to do my crappy pun that I was flagging last week.
yes, all right.
Yes.
I'll get comfy in my seat.
All right. Now, Ben, I'm going to need you for this, just as a launching pad, if that's all right.
Pleasure.
All right. Now, Ben,
Yes.
you've been playing basketball,
I have, yes.
right? And so if you're playing basketball and you do a really great shot and it goes in,
Yeah.
does your name become Benjamin Net and Yahoo?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for walking
Can't-
us there. Thank you for holding our hand, Buckland.
Can't
And
quite
walking
tell,
that
Matt,
shot.
whether that was a laugh or you're just kind of choking a bit.
No, that was one of those laughs where it was like, that was terrible. But you know what? I appreciate the effort.
Oh, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And I'll probably appreciate it more tomorrow when it pops back into my head. And I think, how did that happen? Did you have that?
Yeah, did you start with the finish, or did
Did you
you
hear Benjamin Netanyahu and you went, wait a minute, and then backtrack and try and cram that pun in there, or did it just spring from your subconscious?
I don't know. The name popped into my head, and then the Yahoo bit kind of got stuck, and then all the rest unfolded after the Yahoo.
Oh. I mean, it used to be in the old days when he used to check his speed.
Oh wow!
Checking his internet speed and being
Checking
like,
his internet speed.
ah.
Wow. The studio audience was bizarrely quiet through that. I might have to go and check during this theme music that everyone's okay out there.
can I just add?
Oh,
Stu and I saw each other live on Saturday night.
is that how you describe it at the time? Do you like, oh,
That's
lovely
right.
to be here
We're
live with you all?
Live with Ben.
We're live in life, and Stu's joke was better than the half joke that I told
Oh.
on Saturday night.
I don't even remember it. Oh,
I like a good. I
yeah.
love a good Wiggins like attempt at joke. Did you pull a ripcord and just like bail out, or
Yep,
He
I just
tried-
bailed. I'm Malmening.
he Malmeninged it.
Yeah, it's my
Absolutely.
favorite. It's my favorite when he tried. No, I'm not there. I thought I would start talking and my brain would like work it out for
Click
me.
into gear.
Yeah,
That's right.
work it out for me before I got there. Oh, that's pretty good.
I think you realized that you gave part 3 away before part 2 or something like that.
All right. Yep.
Was it something along those lines, Ben?
No, it was I needed to have some actions and some words down, and it needed to be the right way. And I'd forgotten one of the actions.
Right.
And I was like, I just could not figure it out. I couldn't figure out where I needed to be and what I needed to do. And so I just went, you know what? I'm going to save this. And yeah.
Well, can I say what you lacked in accurate telling of the joke, you made up for in big eye work. So there you go.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Theme music. Okay, now headlines. You might. I need you guys to help explain this to me because I tried reading a couple of things and I didn't really make it clear. What is with the AFL crowds and booing? Buddy Franklin being booed on the weekend.
Oh, I again saw it in passing today that it had racist undertones.
Does it really though?
But I don't know. I don't know if they just thought let's just boo Buddy Franklin or there's something more sinister going on, like, hey, some dodgy group of Collingwood supporters online. Like there may have been racist elements behind it, but I don't know. Most people don't like Buddy Franklin. It's probably a few Sydney supporters who might feel the same, but
why boo him all of a sudden, I guess, is my confusion.
It's a great question.
I don't know. The Collingwood supporters, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard to work that
I
one
work
out.
with a couple of them, and they're just, they're just a funny bunch, aren't they?
I imagine them all as just mini Eddie Maguires running around.
Yeah.
Is that right?
They're all pretty happy with themselves.
Mm.
Oh, especially at the moment. A lot of hot pies talk.
Oh,
all right. Well, you guys watch AFL, and I don't feel any clearer on the topic. So if anyone does know,
shout it out.
Yeah, get into the socials and let me know. Matt Rowell confuses the world by eating a handful of grass as a pre-game ritual before the Gold Coast Geelong match. Yeah. Did you guys see that?
I did, yeah.
It does it at every game.
Every game, yeah. It just
every game, every field, eats a mouthful of grass.
I don't mind that, but, has anyone... I'm sure there are kookier things that don't make it out onto the field for people to see, right? But I'm concerned.
Geez, I want to see that list. I really do. I really want to. I want to know about that list.
But I'm concerned. Has anyone kind of checked him out for boanthropy? Boanthropy being the disease where you think that you are either a cow or oxen, and behave as such.
Oh, we're learning a lot of words. Good words to know.
Does he walk around on all fours?
Yeah. Does he start? Yeah, that's a good question. Like, did he start off like I saw him like eating it upright, but did he start off, getting on all fours?
Does he come out onto the field? Does he have 4 boots on?
Yeah. Did the other teams mess with him and put like a grid over the players' race so he doesn't want to cross?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Does he have a large necklace with a bell on it?
I guess there's no stairs down to the dressing rooms.
No, that's right. And if it rains, does he like lay down? I don't know.
Well, look, I think this is a progression thing. Like, he was going to start off having a nibble of the lawn and then sort of build up to these things if someone doesn't get in before.
I mean, that would be another really a deep dive on like sports players' weirdest superstitions before games.
Yeah.
Because people talk about them, but I'm sure there's really, really specific ones. Like he did that once because it looked, I don't know. Again, how do you start that?
Well, I want to know
grass, and then wow, is he off his face one day and before a game and eat some grass, see what happens?
Yeah, but we've caught one.
Yeah. Oh no.
How many cows are there in the AFL? There might be more.
Yeah. How many grasses?
Now, do either of you like when?
No, I don't. I don't eat grass.
No.
Oh, that was a question.
When you played sport, like when you played sport at a younger age, or Matthew, I know you're continuing to play sport or playing sport very recently. Is there anything that you did of a superstitious nature prior to playing?
I probably would wear the same clothes, like the same. I don't like the same
underwear.
It would have to be the same underwear, socks, that kind of thing. But I don't know. No, most of the time you're in a uniform in a team sport, so not really. I don't know. I don't think I ever did anything superstitious.
Well, I think my pre-game ritual when I was playing grade cricket for the mighty minor team was to be driving really fast and swearing because I was usually running late.
I mean,
Trying to
we
get-
used to have a tradition of when we used to play touch football on a Sunday morning after not going to bed. The tradition of having a vomit in the
Oh yes,
off the side of the pitch.
That is true.
That was
Yep.
quite a good tradition that we had. I don't think it was superstitious though.
Yeah, the tradition
No.
was to run on, but
Yeah.
then not stop when you got to the middle of the field. Keep running to the other side and have a big old technicolor yawn in the
Yeah.
bushes.
At 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning. Delightful.
Oh.
That bourbon flavour.
Yeah, I don't drink bourbon. I haven't drank it for years, and there's a lot of touch football Sunday mornings. There's a lot to do with that.
100%.
All right. So, yes, if you know why Buddy was being booed, and if you've seen any other grass eaters in the AFL, get in touch on the socials. Yes.
Any cow-like behaviour.
Wow.
Bovine bastards flying under the radar.
Yeah. All right.
NFL. And 3 years after signing a 10-year, $450 million contract extension, Patrick Mahomes
Oh, yeah.
could receive a new deal from Kansas City Chiefs that's even bigger before the start of next season.
Oh, I mean, that's good for him, isn't it?
It's good for him. What's the point of signing a 10-year fucking deal? But anyway,
Well,
if you're going to change it 3 years later.
Yeah, give me some more cash.
But whose choice was that?
Well, I think it's Kansas City's choice because I don't know.
Did they go? Oh, yeah, it'd be interesting. Like, did they go to him and say, "Look, Pat,
You're on
I
unders.
think we've underdone you."
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if it's like, 10 years is probably a long time, but maybe not. I can't imagine a club going to a player and saying, "We need to pay you more. We're underpaying you."
Well, so that someone else doesn't come in and buy out, like, I guess, offer to buy it out. I mean, they could say no, but maybe they're worried that someone will come in with so much money, an offer they can't refuse. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't understand. But I
Maybe.
mean, yeah, he's a handy player. There's no doubt about that.
And look, like player empowerment era. So he could very well go to someone and say, "I want to be traded." Well, mate, you've got 7 years left on your contract. So, well, do I? And
Yeah. I hope
that's a good contract, isn't it? You're like, no, I don't.
I hope that he was sitting there 3 years into his $450 million contract, and they said, "We want to up your pay," and he was going, "About bloody time." Fuck me.
Jesus.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money, really. Like if we, 450 mil.
Yeah. Well, that's what I remember talking about with Monty at the time, and he reckons that because like 450 mil in 10 years' time will be big unders, so that's why they did it.
Oh, massive unders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho's. In the A-League, there was a bit of a dressing room kerfuffle when former Sydney FC, now Wanderers player Milos Ninkovic, came into the Sky Blues dressing room to congratulate them after their win and was frog marched out.
Oh, God.
Yeah, supposedly there's a bit of a he used to play for the Sky Blues and left due to some
animosity.
Did he?
Some animosity with Corica.
Oh, he wasn't like cattling on the side of the road, on the side of the pitch, and eating from the penalty spot or something like that.
We're the prestige team. When he laid down in the wall, it was just how it was
That's
always
how that
volunteering
started.
to lay down.
That's how that move started. Laying down on the wall. We've solved it.
Bloody grass eaters.
Grass eaters.
But supposedly the story goes everything was sweet until Corica came in and said, "What the are you doing?"
Right.
Yeah,
and called security and got him ditched.
Yeah, took his lemongrass juice out of his hand and got him out the door.
That's weird, isn't it?
Not enough frog marching going on in
no
top league sport these days, is there?
Been a while since I've seen a good frog march. They should do that in any time someone gets sin binned or sent off.
That's good.
Oh,
kicked out of the game, just frog march them out.
Well, that's giving. That's creating jobs. That's
when
good
frog
for the
marcher?
economy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need 2 frog marches because
Yeah,
I
2
doubt
frog
they'd be.
marches.
Oh, maybe they could be ex-footballers, like for the rugby league.
Yeah.
If you're an ex-rugby league player, before you're allowed to go into the media, you have to do 2 years as a frog marcher.
I tell you what, one of my favorite things to do is look at videos on social media of when streakers have jumped on the field, and the security guards at sporting events have been given a license just to annihilate streakers.
Shoulders.
So
And
there's just the biggest hits you'll ever see because there's no judiciary for a security guard laying out a streaker.
Right. I hadn't thought of that.
No judiciary. That's true.
Yeah,
Out they go.
And they're already on the field, so they're not getting fined for they're not getting fined $5,500.
No,
they're actually it's wow.
Oh, you got to
It's
see.
a license to roam.
It's just some sensational hits, some real kind of personal issues being taken out. Taken out on.
I wish I could. I wish I was a policeman. The best I can do is be security at a football game. Oh yeah, hang on.
Yeah.
Hang on.
All the girlfriends that have dumped me are coming out in this hit.
All that, I played one game for the Wyong Roos that time in first grade, and I've been talking about it for years. And
did my knee? It's finally back to
Yeah. So now I'm in.
No, but his knees, as long as he runs straight, his knee works. So he just builds up one big line to line up the streaker with.
Yeah, no side to side, no lateral.
No. He's good at reading the streaker game. He knows where they're going to be.
Well, you've got an advantage then, don't you? You can see the lead.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing gets a crowd more fired up too if a streaker does a little shimmy around. A big shot from the security guard.
Yeah, it does it in and away. You're right. Yeah, I think the overlooked thing about the streaker at the sporting event is there's no real downside. I mean, I'm sure there are, but the downside is either they get away with a little shimmy whoosh and everyone enjoys themselves, or they get absolutely mashed by security. Everyone enjoys that too.
That's right. Yeah, there's no lose. Well, it's a win-win for the spectators.
Yeah, that's right.
Unless the only downside I could think is if you're the spectator that has to help the streaker over the fence.
Oh.
Because no one's preparing, no one's putting a large bloody trench coat on the other side of the SCG.
Oh, I see.
So you're helping a nude human over the fence.
Yeah.
And there's some real issues.
Yeah, there's some real flappage going on.
I was going to say you could powerbomb them over the fence, but then then you reminded me they were nude, and you probably don't want that. No. If anyone knows what that wrestling move looks like.
You get 4 weeks for it, that's for sure.
You know what that makes me think of? And I don't know, this is a confession from me. I'm in my 40s. I still get a strong urge when I'm out in public, in a shopping center or whatever, just to give a little show and go to people.
I thought you were going to say something to do with. I thought you were going to say
line them
power
up.
bombs or something.
Oh no! I do get I do see someone walking towards me and I go, oh, they are on such a sweet angle for a shoulder shot.
Oh yeah, you know what? I've been there. Yep, I know what you mean. Yeah. Either lining up a hit, but certainly the old.
But the flip side of that is I really do feel like offering an imaginary ball up to somebody and then scooting off myself.
Yeah, well, you can imagine walking around a school with 1,200 students.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of opportunities where no one's realised that I've just hit a gap at pace.
Yep.
Just walking with people walking in all angles, and I've just hit a gap perfectly.
You're walking through the quad going, everyone's hitting good lines today.
Yeah. I mean, having said that, I legitimately called out for a student to pass me the ball just randomly as I walked past him. He had exactly. As I was hitting the corridor. And he didn't, and I was very disappointed. And I thought,
did you go back and give him a mouthful?
I'm not 17 and people aren't on their toes waiting for me to just anytime you hear someone say, give it, and it's just there. Yeah.
You might have been the decoy runner, though.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Good call, though.
Oh, yeah. Great
anyway,
call.
enough of that lunacy. Curtis Patterson removed as skipper of New South Wales Sheffield Shield side to focus on his batting for next season. Curtis Patterson was, the next big thing about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, wasn't he? He was going to be the next cracking Test player.
Scored a ton. Yeah. Scored a ton, got dropped.
Yeah,
one of the many.
I think Marnus pretty much usurped the role that Curtis probably would have had, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He's got a bit of Marcus North about him.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. 10 score runs, not that exciting.
Can also not score runs.
Yeah.
I reckon Head's a pretty close carbon copy for Marcus North, isn't he?
True.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely a lot of left-handedness and off-spin going on. So
left-handed, scoopage.
Yeah.
Is Travis Head a bit Marcus Northy? Right in with your thoughts. The CEO of the company that is the major sponsor of the New Zealand Warriors posts an extraordinary Twitter post accusing them referees of cheating and that there's a big conspiracy against the Warriors. Yeah, that's a pretty phenomenal thing for the CEO of a major company to get onto Twitter and start
have a red hot
fucking
crack.
firing off. All right, CEO of major, what are they? Telecommunications company, I think.
Is Jack Bird the CEO of the New Zealand Warriors main sponsor?
Oh man, I just don't know. I don't know what the NRL do. Go, all right, what do we do? Do we punish this guy? But we need his money.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. Anyway, I suppose you have to. I don't think you can have anyone even tangentially associated with the game saying that about referees.
No.
I agree.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, all right. And just lastly here in the headlines, guys. Braless Scout Willis looks chic in a black and green checkered cohort.
Right.
I'll post pictures on the socials, obviously.
Wiggins and I have been talking about that all day.
Yeah, haven't stopped.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Good look.
That's not meant to be in here. Sorry, guys.
Oh, dearie
That's
me.
not meant to be in here. I don't know what's going on. Fucking hell. You know what the problem is? I asked Chimpet if they'd send over someone as an intern to help me out with the headlines. That's the problem.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, notoriously, I was going to say scatty, but that might be taken the wrong way. It is Chimpet after all.
And speaking of Chimpet, let's go to a break now. Are you the CEO of a major sponsor of an NRL team? Do you have angry thoughts?
Yeah.
Chimp bet up! You can certainly bet against the Warriors because the referees are all against them. Bet against the Warriors on Chimp bet.
Don't be a chump. Be a chimp. Chimp bet.
I let all my crazy thoughts out on Twitter, and then I went and bet about it. Thanks, Chimp bet. There we go.
The good thing is we don't have to have any disclaimers at the end of it.
No.
Oh, we can?
Yeah.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's your money, fuckwit. This company is actually run by chimps. If you are happy with that, please bet. If you're not, shut up.
You win some chimps, you lose some chimps.
No chimps were won in the recording of this soundbite.
These are actual chimps. You think we're fucking around? We're not fucking around. These are chimps. All right. Now, before we move on, 2 quick bits of admin. Firstly, last week, we asked the question, has anyone in the NRL ever been publicly called out by his teammates for being lazy and unfit? And we didn't think they had, but as soon as the pod finished, I remembered that it has happened right at the start of this season. The week before round 1, when the Dolphins didn't pick Anthony Milford, who was expected to start at 6, and picked the rookie half instead, with both coach Wayne Bennett and captain Jesse Bromwich saying Milford wasn't working hard enough to get picked.
Yeah.
So, like,
Wow.
and particularly in the case of Bromwich, like, with quite an angry tone to how it was being said. So, yes, it has happened not that fucking long ago, Buckley.
Turned up fat and crap.
Yep. Fat and crap.
Well, even when he did get picked, he looked fat.
Yep. And played
He was
crap.
crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's kind of reluctantly picked because Sean O'Sullivan ripped his shoulder off or something.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Secondly, I have a Hucknall update.
Oh.
That's what I'm
Something
here for. You wait, you'll say this and then I'll leave. I'll be like, all right, thank you.
Something I hope to keep going if the media.
You know, there better be a theme music. There better be some theme music coming along soon.
Well, hey,
and I don't want any.
Give it all up for you. Give it all up for you.
I'd like it to have no reference to any reference to any of his songs at all.
Oh,
just
listen.
It's about Hucknall.
If the algorithms throw up another Hucknall story between now and next episode, then I'll be forced to have it in jingle, surely.
Yep. If your phone's listening to you with all the Hucknall talk, sorry. Back to Hucknall.
So for some reason,
the podcast that dares to answer the question.
Oh yeah, what are we answering? Hello?
I don't know. Interesting.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, my phone randomly connected to the computer. That was weird. Through its Bluetooth. I don't know why.
It started playing a podcast.
Started playing a podcast, did it?
It could have played anything. I think you're lucky there. Where did you get up to in my Hucknall update? Did you miss anything?
I think I didn't hear a thing. No, it all shut down.
You were just about to update.
Oh,
you were
right.
just
about
to update.
When... Yeah, we haven't got there yet. So much
all right.
Hucknall sizzle.
So, for some reason that's not immediately clear to me, someone has interviewed Richard Wilkins. And
okay.
And guess who is named as the rudest celebrity he's ever had to deal with?
Oh.
The Huck.
Yeah. The old Fucknall.
The Huckwit.
Huckwit. Oh, well, that's the name of the segment.
Wow.
Maybe it can be to the theme of treaty. Huck-wit.
Huck-wit. Wow. Wow, that is... I mean, it must have made an impression because I can't imagine Richard Wilkins having to deal with him that much.
But also think of all the celebrities he's had to deal with to pick the Huck out.
Did he go any further? Probably didn't, did he?
Let me have a look for you.
I wonder if there is like a Wikipedia page on Hucknall being the Huckwit. And if not, then maybe we should make it.
Buckland, I roundly mocked you bringing up Mick Hucknall updates, but now I'm invested and I want to know more.
All right, well, let me quote directly from Dickie Wilkins.
Oh, good.
Briefcase man.
Mick Hucknall from Simply Red is probably the rudest person I've ever interviewed. I was asked to present him with a gold record one night at a record company function, shook his hand, everything went all right. We were doing MTV the next day, and we went down to the Sydney Entertainment Centre. He was a guest VJ, which meant he had to do about 8 different links. I said, "G'day, Mick," held out my hand. He says, "I shook your hand last night. I don't need to do it again."
Right.
That's some Huckwit gear right
yeah,
there.
that is real Huckwit energy,
damn
isn't
straight.
it? Jesus.
All right. Wilkins goes on to say, he's subsequently divulged that he used to hit it pretty hard back in the day. So I don't know whether he was on good stuff the night before. So when he says hit it, does he mean puss? Because we learnt last week that he was shagging up to 3 different people a day at one point.
Wow.
No, it sounded like he's on the gear.
On the nose gear.
Yeah,
Wow.
It sounded like if he was, not happy the next day.
Imagine being Mick Hucknall and feeling you're too good for people.
What a great sentence that was.
All right. Well, look, I'm not
That's
gonna.
what I came for.
I want this segment to be organic, guys. So I'm not going to go
Okay.
and directly look for Hucknall gear, but I wasn't looking for. I wasn't looking for a follow-up Hucknall story, and one popped straight up
Yeah.
today. So what am I going to do? Ignore Huck?
No.
I don't think
No
so.
way.
No, don't.
Now, something that might be a bit of a broader chat, might not, really up to the response I get, is because I don't know enough about it, so I'm going to open it up to you fellas. You seem to. NBA superstar Nikola Jokic facing some trouble after elbowing the opponent's team owner and sending him flying
Oh yeah.
when Jokic was trying to retrieve the ball from the crowd.
Absolutely.
So here are my questions. Is there a particular form between this owner and this star or his team? Or is this just kind of standard fare?
Oh, it's a good question.
Because NBA, if the of any sport, NBA is the one where, like, coaches, officials, even backroom suits are all kind of right there in melee distance of the athletes. Right?
Yeah, particularly the owners. They sit outside and right in there.
And Jack Nicholson might get up and swing a few as well. Like,
Yes.
what?
I don't think Jack Nicholson's getting up for
No,
anyone.
he's not getting up. But Spike Lee probably. He's been known to get amongst it with the players.
For some reason, again, the algorithm. I saw a video of Jack Nicholson meeting Larry David at a basketball game, and they shook hands and then wandered off awkwardly. And I don't know why I saw that, but it was there.
Wow, I think I was watching that game. There was a lot of people. I think Jason Bateman and Will Arnett were in that photo too.
I wonder if they saw each other the next day and refused to shake each other's hands.
Yeah,
that's right. I already shook your hands. I don't know. Did you see? Has Jokic? Did he suffer anything? I know he played today, like in the next game. Do you know if he's...
he got fined? I think he got fined $25,000.
Yeah.
No suspension, but
Mahomes might have chipped that in for him.
Yeah, might have chipped it in.
Yeah, that's right. So Matt Ishbia, the Suns owner,
right?
Yeah, like this is only very new. Like he's only bought the Suns in the last 6 months, and they crossed paths today at the shoot around before the game, and Jokic was coming off the court and had a ball in his hands and just sort of like threw it to Ishbia and then went over and they shook hands and, had a bit of a hug and a bit of a makeup. So it was it was all well that ends well, but it was all pretty fiery in the moment.
Would you suggest, it has been suggested, and I'm willing to agree, that Ishbia took a bit of a dive as well?
Yes, that was going to be my question. There was a bit of mayo on that fall, wasn't there?
Certainly,
yeah,
saucy.
Absolutely,
very saucy fall. A good flail and a collapse. More of a collapse,
but
than a fall,
also
right?
and I see both points here, right?
Yes, I would agree.
It's not your job.
No,
it's not your job to hold the ball, give the ball back.
No, but don't push people.
But also, Jokic, they weren't going to let you throw the ball in quickly anyway.
Yeah.
So settle down.
And then today, today he did it. There was more push and shove. There was have you seen the highlights, Wiggins? There was a huddle.
Oh.
The Phoenix Suns had a huddle, like in a timeout, and Jokic was over there just annoying them. And Kevin Durant, the 7-foot forward, he pushed him away. So there was more shoving going on there. So I think he's just enjoying being a pest. I think he's living up to it.
Well, I love it. I'm a big fan of Jokic, and if he wants to be a pest, then I'm all for it at the moment.
At the moment, he's probably the best player in the game.
Yeah,
but he's big and flabby.
Let me ask you this though: the owner, like putting a bit of
Yeah.
extra flair on his fall over.
Yep.
Would that have been with a view to hopefully seeing whether he jockey got ejected?
I would
Would
say
it have gone? Would it have
Maybe
gone
a little
that
bit
far?
of suspension gear.
I would say
Would
so.
it-
Like they're playing
Yeah.
in a series. They're playing a best of 7 series, and it was 2-2, wasn't it, when it happened?
Yep.
And it's a pretty tight series. So I reckon that would definitely have entered his mind to do a bit of like a. It kind of reminded me like of someone fainting out of shock in like a 1940s movie or something. It's just I don't know. The two arms going up, like, oh my lord.
Look, yeah, I think obviously, if you're a fan of sport, you've probably seen that. If you haven't, look it up.
Yeah.
Tell me
It's
that's
a
a
good
natural
watch.
fall. Tell
Yeah,
me
it's
it's a
good.
natural fall.
Yeah, it's not a natural fall. No, that's true.
But it wasn't even the best flail on the day. There was probably about 15 or 16 that you could have chosen from the actual games that were played.
There's a
I love
real
that
trend.
sentence.
There's a real trend, isn't
It
there?
wasn't even the best flail of the
No.
day.
The NBA is getting very flail centric. There's a lot of
Yeah,
just
that's
flailing.
right. It's flailish, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
So he's just he's just feeling it.
Any other things to point out from the sporting world before we disappear, fellas, on this evening? We've kind of hit our 40-min mark.
Do you want to hear some more interesting injuries?
Oh yes, if you got a couple, let's
I've
do
got a
it.
couple. Yeah, I'll run through a couple. I have so we have Baltimore Orioles left fielder Marty Cordova, 2002, fell asleep in a tanning bed and got sunburn on his face. So he had to hide in the clubhouse during day games until his face healed. So he played at night with a very red face, but during the day he wasn't allowed in the sun.
Oh, fucking hell. So how many day games would he have missed? Any
He
idea?
missed 4 games. That's pretty savage
Fucking
sunburn.
hell.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I don't.
that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. I've got Derek Rose. Do you know about Derek Rose? It doesn't have a date on when he did it. He's an NBA
His
player.
knee?
No. This is when he was a rookie. So, you give a rating on the bullshit say of this. So he was a rookie, went to enjoy a healthy snack, and cut up an apple with a sharp knife. It was a silly incident, he said. I was cutting up some food in bed, and I laid on a knife. I went to get a bottle of water, and I came back. I forgot the knife was there, and I sat down on it and sliced my arm.
Right.
Yep.
So
he sliced his arm. Said he was eating an apple in bed with a sharp knife, got up, got some water, came back, flopped down on the bed, sliced his arm.
Excuse me. That sounds like a story that someone might tell if they'd had a domestic violence incident of some kind and we're trying to cover it up.
No, just eating it. Who doesn't eat an apple in bed with a knife?
Yeah.
Then put the knife. Go and get a bottle of water, but don't.
I've got 3 knives with me now.
Yeah. I've got knives all over the bed. Nice bed.
My bed's actually made out of knives.
Yeah, sleep on a bed of knives. You never heard that before?
Yeah.
All right, and the last one I'll leave you with tonight is Stuttgart Kickers soccer player Sasha Bender once suffered a facial. Yeah, there's believe me, future sizzle. There's an even crazier name coming our way.
Nice.
So Stuttgart Kickers soccer player Sasha Bender once suffered a facial injury after being punched. The assailant was his teammate, Christian Okpala, and he said, Bender permanently provoked me by farting all the time.
Was this on pitch, though? I'm guessing not.
No, in the
farts
change room.
He had pitched farts?
In the change rooms.
Pitch farts. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, so in the change room, he just kept farting on him and he punched him in the face and he couldn't play.
Imagine they're running out and then the teammate in front of you stops and just clotheslines you.
Yeah. What about running out if he was in front of you? If the father...
the worst.
He was always at the back. He had to
was
be at the back of
always
the
last.
line. yeah,
Yeah.
always at the back
He was
of the
never
line.
getting picked as captain.
Yeah, we can't have him as captain.
No. No rank fighters have ever made captain of any sport. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, well, particularly like, when you Captain Australia or whatever, you meet the Queen or King now, but
Do you think
Can't-
that's why Shane Warne never made the Australian
Yes.
cricket captain?
without
yeah, that
doubt.
works. Yep.
And we know he loved his beans. Eating baked beans and meat pies, that wouldn't be great.
And pizza.
Well, yeah, Shane. With thoughts of Shane Warne eating beans and pizza, we might leave it there for tonight. Thank you, fellas.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Lovely to hear from you, gentlemen.
Follow What's the Go on the socials. We've got a special code you can enter on the Chimp app to I don't know what it does, but it'll probably do something favorable to you. So let us know. Today's code word, Huckwit. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Nice work.
This is an Angry Chimp podcast.
Hello, my name is Piers Grove, and I'm a founder, publisher, and managing director. In March 2022, I'd just been named managing director of Australian Geographic and set up Scout Publishing. Then everything changed. 404 Brain Not Found, the podcast for stroke survivors and their friends and colleagues. We explore the absurd experience and frustrating journey of stroke recovery. 404 Brain Not Found, a general experiments podcast on all podcast streamers.
My name's Stu,
I'm Rachel.
and we are fans
Obsessives might be the word.
of the 90s. The 90s. The 90s. The 90s. You can follow the podcast on your favorite podcast app. Rachel, what's the name of the show?
Swinging on the flippity flop.
Why the 90s?
We lived it.
We lived it, we were it.
Was it the best decade ever or the lamest? Let's find out.
Flippity flop.